Okay, so here we have some graphs of polynomials. This is just a piece of the graph, so it would continue. It would do something like that and then keep going. So this is what the graph would look like. It would go down a lot farther than that, but I'm running out of space. But all we're concerned with right now is the roots of this graph, which are the zeros. So wherever it crosses the x-axis, that will give you a zero, right? So one of the zeros is x equals what, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and another one is negative 2, and then this one on the right is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the 3 zeros, right? And the assignment from Friday gave us the zeros and then told us to write the equation. Now we have a graph, and it says to find the equation for each of the following graphs. So it's the exact same thing. You just have to get your zeros from the graph. And then you take those zeros and you use them to write the equation. So each of the zeros will give us a factor. So I have x plus 3, I have x plus 2, and I have x minus 4. Remember, the zeros and factors are related by changing the signs. And then once I have those factors, then I multiply them together, and I will get the polynomial. So I have x times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, and then I move on to the 3. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times the 2 is 6. Combine the like terms there in the middle, so I have x squared plus 5x plus 6. And drop down the third one, and then I'm going to multiply into that. So I'm going to multiply each piece by x, so x squared times x is x cubed, and then x squared times the negative 4 will be negative 4x squared, and then we have positive 5x times the x will be 5x squared, and then 5x times the negative 4 will be negative 20x. And then I can't forget about that 6 hiding in there. So I have that 6 times x will be 6x. I'm just going to write it there. And then 6 times the negative 4 will be negative 24. Once I've got all those, now I just combine like terms. And I have the polynomial. So there's not another x cubed. So I drop them down. And then I've got 2x squares to combine. So negative 4 plus 5 will be positive 1 x squared. Then I have these two guys, negative 20 plus 6 would be negative 14x, and then minus 24 comes down. So there's the polynomial for that first graph. All right, and that's the idea. You want to pick out the zeros from the graph, and then use those zeros to get your factors, and then multiply them to get your polynomial. Now, one like this fourth one here, which I guess is number 2. So this one here is what I'm looking at. So the zeros, this one's obviously negative 2. This one is 1, and this one is positive 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the trick with the zero that is 1 is it bounces, right? It hits the x-axis and bounces back down. So that's actually a double root. So this one here occurs twice. So when I go to write the zeros, I actually have 2 1s. So I have negative 2, 1, another 1, and then a 4. Okay, so there's 4 zeros for this one that I'm going to have to multiply together. So, to get the 4 factors and then multiply the factors. So the factors for this would be x plus 2, x minus 1, and then another x minus 1, and then an x minus 4. So there's my 4 factors, and then you'll have to multiply those together to get your polynomial.